Is selling your car worth it on Bring a Trailer? Today I'm going to break down my 1993 Ford Escort RS Cosworth that I imported from France,
Bye bye.
redid here in the US, and now putting it for sale on Bring a Trailer. Will I make the money that I expect? Let's find out. So you can see after I submitted it and uploaded all the pictures and everything, it's finally been approved and it's going live today, November 11th, when I am making this video. Now, a lot of people just say, just send it to Bring a Trailer. Well, it's not that easy. Bring a Trailer just doesn't allow any vehicle to show up on their website. You have to go through the entire process of uploading tons of videos, tons of photos about the car, proof of ownership, everything for them to then consider it. As a seller, you only pay a $99 fee and the buyer will actually pay a commission on top of the winning bid price. I've used Bring a Trailer before when I had this 2008 extremely rare 1 of 10 Mercedes CLK 63 Black Series in Mars Red. That car, of course, is something that should never have sold, being that I bought it for $72,000, sold it for $92,000, and now that car's probably worth over $150,000. Well, you can see mine is now live. We've got quite a bit of information. Now, they write their own copy. All you can do is make suggestions for them to do it. And it's really important because you got to get a clear picture of what's going on. You can see here, got different angles of the car. And then below, got over 150 images of the car, plus all the videos that we did that were on my YouTube channel. It's super important to have multiple images in the photo gallery so you can see every angle. Because remember, people are trying to buy these cars sight unseen. So now that we've got the auction live, let me tell you what I've spent on this car. Okay, so here are my Blue Kazi expenses to the T. And I've said multiple times that you cannot find a good Kazi for under 50,000 euros to 60,000 euros. Now, nowhere in here do I account for time and labor. We spent probably, I don't know, probably 50, 60 hours working on the car. So at the end of the day, I have $62,200 and change in the car. All right, let's check in and see where we're at with the auction. Okay, we only have 3 hours left and we're at $52,000. And the auction should speed up here in the last hour or so. Our goal is to get past my reserve. We've been engaging super amounts with everybody, comments, extra videos, everything to really get this auction hyped. So kind of nervous here, but we'll see where we go. Let's check in here in another hour. All right, we're coming down to the last 15 minutes, and this is going to be a buzzer beater because, as I said before, that's not going to be enough to sell it. So let's see what happens in the last couple minutes, and hopefully the bids will continue to go up. All right, the auction just closed, and we are at a winning bid of $65,000, which is just over my reserve. I had my reserve set to $63,000. And let me tell you what I think about this final bid and the overall experience of selling this car on Bring a Trailer. Okay, so selling this on Bring a Trailer, first off, when you sell a car on Bring a Trailer, like I said, you got to submit it. And they're going to tell you what the reserve price they want to set it. A little bit of back and forth, you're able to get that reserve price closer to where you want, but they think they have a good grasp on the market. I will agree that they do for certain cars, but these very niche vehicles like the Kazi are rare. And if you don't understand that market, what the car is, it's really hard to gauge what these things are worth based upon past selling values. They don't have as much insight to some of these vehicles as the owner will. So that's my one probably negative about it. But we were able to come to a reasonable reserve price, and that's what I set at $63,000, as I said. I did a ton of self-promotion all over Facebook groups, my own Instagram, having Vivid Racing reshare it. I was constantly trying to promote and push this auction. That way we could get those bids going up. But for the first 5 days of the auction, it really doesn't do much. It's within the last hour that you start seeing bids go. And every time the clock ticks down to literally where it's about to expire, and someone bids, it resets the clock again at 2 minutes. So you're sitting there on your toes watching this thing really in that last couple seconds because of the bid reset. So at the end of the day, the Kazi sold for $65,000. Now, this car, I think it should have sold for $70,000 to $75,000. With the mileage, the condition, and the work that was put into it, this car selling at $65,000 was a steal. And the winner, he's got a great car for a great price. The goal with this entire project was, can I make money importing European cars and then selling them? My goal was $10,000. I end up making about, what is that, 2,800 bucks. As my buddy Ron, who helped to work on the car, said, at least you didn't lose money. It's a good thinking, but definitely want to try and hit that goal. I think these cars definitely have a higher value, but maybe next time we find a vehicle that doesn't require as much work and we can just really buy and flip it. So at the end of the day, the Causey is totally finished and ready to head off to its new owner in Georgia. And we've brought over another Causey to the US. I think there's like 50 now. The project came out great. Camaraderie working on the vehicle was a blast. All the content was cool. And just overall, I'm really proud of how this car is finished. So we're going to try and do the same with a couple other projects we got coming in. We've been posting some videos on that. So keep tuned in and subscribed to see those. All right, guys, thanks for watching. The Cosworth video series is completely finished now, and that's all you're going to see about this. Maybe I'll keep posting some about my white one. Thanks for watching.